This game was mocked online. People were making fun of it, saying that the game was going to be terrible, that there was no way this would achieve any degree of success. Then they managed to somehow accumulate over 10 million pre-registered players, release within China, and somehow shock everyone, proving them all wrong by providing a game that was actually enjoyable, to the shock of every single person. Although, admittedly, there are still probably plenty of people out there that refuse to admit that the game is good, just like there are plenty of people out there that refuse to admit that Wuthering Waves is going to be good. And while this game did release in China, up until this point, there has been no confirmation of a global release. Until now. According to NMIA Gaming, Persona 5, the Phantom X global version, could be coming soon for die-hard Persona fans. Now, before we jump into all of this, I want to take a moment to thank my incredible patrons and YouTube members for the continued support. You guys are incredible, and I cannot thank you all enough for being there for me and allowing me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day for all of you. Sega has declared that it is mulling the option to release the Persona 5 Phantom X global version as part of their strategy to grow their games as a service division. In the Sega financial support for 2023-2024, they highlight their future plans for games as a service, highlighting both Persona 5 the Phantom X and the recently released Sonic Rumble. While the Phantom X released in simplified Chinese on April 12th and actually did incredibly well, as I noted, I've talked to numerous people. I've seen quite a number of Reddit threads, people discussing this on Twitter, on Discord, across social media, addressing the fact that it actually turned out to be a surprisingly high quality game in spite of what everyone had anticipated it being, which was absolute trash. It's funny, having preconceived notions that a game is going to suck without actually playing it doesn't always mean that the game is going to suck. Traditional Chinese and Korean versions were released on the 18th. There had previously been no mention of releasing the game in further regions, which would have been a mistake. However, the report now clarifies that Persona 5 the Phantom X Global and Japanese versions are in consideration. So this isn't a direct confirmation like I was led to believe when I was linked this article, but the global and Japanese versions are in consideration. The Japanese version does make sense, but I mean, global should as well. The market for Persona games over here is enormous, with the current performance of the game being described as expected. As expected? The game is doing phenomenally. They expected the game to do phenomenally? I mean, I feel like everyone expected the game to do poorly, terribly, horribly, but not them. They were like, no, this game is going to release to immense fanfare, and that's pretty much what happened. Now, an image was included here, further expansion of pillars, new titles for the Sonic IP, Global X Mobile Sonic Rumble, and Persona 5 the Phantom X. Sonic Rumble is a title aimed to reach the worldwide Sonic fan base that has expanded through movies, etc., with a casual mobile format. A collaboration project with Robio with strong expertise in global X mobile domain, planned for launch this winter. A plan to implement closed beta test in NA in late May. And then specifically concerning Persona 5 the Phantom X, Chinese version launched on April 12th. Traditional Chinese and Korean version launched on April 18th. Starting off as expected, future expansion into Japan and global is under consideration. Why they'll probably make Persona 5 the Phantom X global version. I mean, honestly, they would have to be abso-fucking-lutely brain dead to not release this game globally. This is literally free money. Global players will throw millions of dollars at them. China loves money, right? Here's tons of free money for you with very little effort. Given the Persona series status as one of Sega's leading titles, it makes sense to release Persona 5 the Phantom X global version. The game garnered a lot of buzz when it was first shown to be a pretty faithful adaptation. That is not true at all. When the game was first shown off, people were like, no, I don't care. I ain't gonna play it. This looks like trash. This looks like garbage. We should throw it in there. This ain't gonna be any kind of success whatsoever. That was the initial perception that people had. It was shown to be a pretty faithful adaptation of the Persona series for mobile devices, and a lot of disappointment when it was revealed that the game would only see a limited release. Now, actually, on the contrary, there were people saying, yeah, China, you guys keep that. Yeah, we don't want that here. And then it released, and people played it in China, and then they were like, no, we changed our mind, please! Give us the game we really wanted! We're so sorry! We changed our minds. You guys are right, it is a pretty good game. The most recent Persona title, Persona 3 Reload, hit over 1 million units sold within a week of its launch. Yeah, and I guarantee you, if it hit 1 million units sold within a week of its launch, this game would easily hit $1 million earned within a day of its launch. This would make tens of millions within its first month. Guaranteed this would be an enormous hit. This would probably be equally as large a hit as Solo Leveling Arise has been. Persona 5 The Phantom X is a sort of B-side to the original Persona 5, featuring the same core rules of the game's original setting, but with a new cast of characters. The game is developed by the Chinese company Perfect World, and I know you guys are immediately thinking, wait, Perfect World? Nah. I don't want any of this. Nope, I don't like this. I don't want this. You can keep, no, Perfect World. Nah, you fucked up tons of games. Nah. Despite playing like the base game, it also incorporates gacha elements, allowing you to pull for new Persona users as well as returning characters from Persona 5. Sega even mentions in their report, although they're capitalizing on core franchises like Persona, Like a Dragon, and Sonic, they're also looking at older IPs as well as newer ones, with Metaphor ReFantagio launching later this year, as well as previously announced push for new titles based on Crazy Taxi. Holy crap! Dude, I played the game on the PS2, like, I don't know, 2 decades ago? Golden Axe and Streets of Rage. So basically what they're saying is Perfect World is like, you know what, we're incapable of actually developing a good new intellectual property, so let's go back and let's capitalize on some games that people really loved by making kind of like cheap, low-effort mobile versions of them. Because let's be honest here, that's what a lot of Perfect World's games are. Very few of them achieve the level of quality that Persona 5 The Phantom X has achieved. This is one of the rare W's for Perfect World. This is one of the rare instances where they did actually produce a good quality game. But just because you produce one good quality game does not mean that it reverses all of the damage that has been done to your company over the years with all the dog shit games you have released up until this point. This was not a direct confirmation that Persona 5 The Phantom X is releasing globally. They were stating that in theory it should. They're looking to, and if they value money, they will definitely do so. But with this in mind, I personally do very strongly think they're going to. I feel like Perfect World releases a lot of their games over here. A lot of them are hit and miss, but if there's one thing China has proven to us, it is that even if people hate their games, even if people hate the Chinese studios, they are not gonna stop milking us for every single cent they can. And I mean, like, let's be honest here, if people are stupid enough to support the shitty games that they release, then that's no fault other than their own. In this instance, I think this could be a very fun game to play. I think Perfect World need to focus on producing higher quality titles like this rather than the churn and burn kind of games that they push out, rather than pushing out 5, 10 really crap quality gacha games that shut down within a year. They should focus on pushing out a good high quality game or 2 per year that will continue to make a significant return on their investment long term. Because let's be honest, a game that can last 5 years is going to do exponentially better than 5 games that don't last 1 year. Higan Aerithal is a prime example of this, making like $10,000 a month. Now, if Persona 5 The Phantom X is not a gacha game you're at all interested in, absolutely no problem. I got you covered. 2 different videos on screen right now. Might be more up your alley.